Greetings, everyone. My name is Maddie, and I study in international affairs. And today I will be talking to you about basically my interest in books, which is quite ironic because the last time I read a book, it was about 2 or 3 years ago. So here we go. The way I choose what book to read next is by basically picking out what I will need in my future. For example, the last time I've picked out a book, it was for my friend, and he is in the same subject of study as I am. And so I've only picked out authors and books that he will need to read to basically graduate, that he will need to apply in his profession. So yeah, I've talked about that prior. The last time I've read a book, it was Globalization in International Affairs, and it was mainly because I needed that book. And that is how I mainly pick out books nowadays, because what I need the most, what I feel is that if you read just for fun, you don't really apply that knowledge, and it basically goes to waste. I don't feel audiobooks are, I don't feel like you can consider listening to audiobooks as reading, because first of all, one of the main skills that you gain by reading is the comprehension of information. And the more you read, the faster you read, first of all, and the more you comprehend. By listening to audiobooks, you can only read at the speed of the speaker, first of all, and second of all, I think most people, when they listen to audiobooks, they do it just to a kind of like an ASMR. They do it just to hear something in their ears, just to fill the void, which results in them comprehending way less information than they usually would by reading a book. My favorite genre of books is probably something realistic, because I don't like science fiction and I don't like fiction. Because I've never had an interest in science fiction and fiction. The last time I read a book, it was about globalization in international affairs, but I wouldn't really ramble about that because it is something that I've had to read because of my profession. However, the last time I read a book for fun, it was a book called A Life of a Cat Named Bob. It was about how a homeless man has met a cat, and by basically being with that cat, it has helped him to get out of an addiction and start making money. And then he wrote a book about that cat, about his entire life story, and he has made around $100,000 off of that book, which has resulted in him getting out of the streets. So yeah, I really like biographies, I really like history, I don't like fiction, and I hate science fiction.